Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 2, team captain, Eliza Valdez. Middle blocker from the Far Eastern University, number 3, St. Domingo. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benil, number 6, Jeanette Panaga. Center from Ateneo, number 12, Gia Morado de Guzman. Opposite hitter from the University of the Philippines, number 18, Tuck Carlos. Outside spiker from Adamson University, number 23, Gemma Galanza. Starting libero from FEU, number 11, Kyla Atienza. The head coach of CREAMLINE is Sherwin Menezes. And now the starters for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 1, Isa Molde. Center from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 3, Dina Wong. Opposite hitter from the University of Santo Tomas, number 4, Kate Viray. Outside spiker from Ateneo, number 9, Pauline Gaston. Middle blocker also from Ateneo, number 14, team captain, Bea De Leon. Middle blocker from the University of Santo Tomas, number 15, Shannon Pele. And the libero from Ateneo, number 13, Denden Lazaro Revilla. Head coach for Choco Mucho is Coach O, Oliver Almadro. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the
Well, here we go. This is the battle between the Choco Mucho Flying Titans and the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, the Open Conference champions. Of course, possibly the only meeting in this invitational conference, unless, of course, some things happen and they meet down the road. But right now, as things stand, and as the team standings show us, this is a very crucial game, especially for Choco Mucho.
They want to keep their semifinals hopes alive, that's right.
And the madness begins. What a venue. What a turnout today here at the Mall of Asia Arena. Boom Gonzalez, Melatunay, PVL, the heart of volleyball. And the fans are going crazy because Tina Wong will get us going for set number 1. Nerves? Kaya?
Well, she doesn't usually get them, so... You know, one thing that we have to watch dito sa side na Flying Titans is also their body language.
Okay.
Diba? Talking about the struggles that they've been facing this conference, back-to-back losses, and then the loss of some key players as well, and that unfortunate incident that Aduke Gonzania had last game. Yung moral nila, gusto rin natin mag-gauge at this early part of the game.
Kaya nga sa simula, yun yung importante kasi if, let's say, CREAMLINE starts off strong or a house on fire, it can be discouraging already, but we love that interview with PVL because turning all of these things into positives, that's what they have to do, as now they're dealing with like 6 players out.
And of course, more than anything, this is the call for the others to step up. I mean, you know, no Kat Tolentino last game. That was the time when Katie Viray really shined for the Flying Titans. And now we see Shannon Talib on the floor also. We saw Pongay playing middle also last game after that Duki fall.
Right, which is not new. She's done that with Ateneo.
So now they're going to put her in that open hitter spot so that they could generate more points from her and she gets more sets.
2 serving 1. And speaking of Kat Tolentino, don't she have like a 31-point performance here in this conference so far? So it is very unfortunate because she looked superb at the start of this invitational. But again, as Mela said so perfectly, it is an opportunity for other players who've been practicing, who've been training, who've been dreaming to play in a venue and in a crowd like this. And this is their opportunity now. Dots flies and scores.
No surprise there. Tots Carlos starting hot here very early. She averages over 19 points per game. And, you know, an efficient player like that is really super helpful in a team. Imagine yung 20 points niya sa last game nila, 50 plus attempts, pero 4 lang yung attack errors niya. Really highly efficient player.
Her 57 points of the tournament. Valdez. High ball. High hands. And they're going to award the point. It's a check, according to Fernando Velarde, which means Choco Mucho has tied this match 3-all, and it's an opportunity for us to go to Alexis Tinsal.
Speaking of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, I got to talk to Regine Arocha and Dina Wong earlier, who said that hanggat sa merong 6 na pwedeng maglaro sa amin, lalaban at lalaban kami. At hindi man to para sa sarili namin, pero para sa teammates namin. The management has officially spoken about Duki Ogunsanya's torn ACL that has led the team to ensure that she gets the best possible medical care. With incomplete members due to safety protocol, focusing on what to bring to the table and to maximize it. Let's watch the Titans fight against their sister team this set 1.
It is very unfortunate, Alexis and Mela, of course, for what has happened to Duki as she scored 10 points and she was really playing so well.
That's the most heartbreaking part of all kasi she was really feeling it in that game. I was the one covering that game. Right. Long rally here.
Sa gitna. And Seth Domingo, who started practically the whole Open Conference and then relegated to the bench here at the start of this Invitational as they went to Risa Sato, but delivered in that last match against Signal, unfortunately in a 4-set loss. 5-3 though for Eliza Valdez and the rest of Creamline. And we send out our prayers, by the way, to Duki and all of the players, regardless of whether they're from Choco Mucho or all the other teams who are dealing with health concerns right now. So as we see Coach Sherwin Meneses, who just also celebrated his birthday. Pauline Pongay Gaston, who's played almost every position also for Ateneo. So she's used to this situation. Domingo again.
Domingo, and that zero tempo, that's actually one thing that's, you know, separates her from the other middle attackers here in the league. Talagang ganda ng connection nila ni Gia for that quick hit.
And nakita natin yun nung Open Conference talaga, di ba? Talagang that nag-blossom doon yung
Actually,
connection nila.
yung last sa replay, medyo mataas pa nga yun. But when they're executing an A-quick, yung magkalapit lang talaga sila. Zero tempo talaga yung kanilang ginagawang play.
Coming off an 11-point performance against the #1 team, Signal HD. PVL accepting the challenge as Choco Mucho is now down 2 middle blockers. Serves it up 5-6. Good serve. Dots again. Second point for the MVP.
Elevation and the swing of Tots Carlos. Regardless of the set, talagang yun yung gusto ng mga setters, mga spikers, yung hindi talaga namimili. And you know, they really try their best effort to score off regardless of the sets. So makita natin yung approach ni Tots sa harap, it's the same one na ginagawa niya kahit backline siya.
Combination play and Molde finds the corner.
So Molde with her long attacks. So, you know, if there's anything you'd want to really break off the defense pattern of Creamline, kasi isa yan sa mga strong suits nila eh, yung kanilang defense. So, you really want to put it in those areas na mahahaba.
Great job by Palek, by the way, deceiving the blockers there of Creamline. Nobody taking the third ball, so they send it over. Open to Tots. Rejected. Dug up. Carlos again. This one is out. What a dig by Eliza Valdez, who, by the way, did very well from that department. The last game out against the Signal HD Spikers. They're ahead by 2, 8-6, going into the technical timeout. back inside this rockin' Mall of Asia Arena. You feel like it's already in the 5th set the way the fans are reacting, but we're only in the first technical timeout of the match. We're saying hello to all the viewers through Signal Play, through One Sports and One Sports Plus. CREAMLINE ahead 2 over Choco Mucho right now. Gia bumps this one, and a chance ball given to the Flying Titans. That is out, and Viray able to score.
And a follow through there for Caitlin Viray. Yung kamay ng mga blockers ng CREAMLINE seems like naka-roof na talaga, but you know, like I mentioned, the follow through, and she really swiped off that spike from the hands of the blockers.
7 serving 8. Panaga, and it's in. Valdez receiving, Gia setting, Panaga for the kill.
At that floater, great receive from Alyssa, and you know, talagang ganda lang ng connection from the receive. Masipag talaga pumasok yung mga middles, and of course the mastery of Gia de Guzman with her attackers.
Parang ang ploy yata ng CREAMLINE dito sa first set.
Look at that dig.
Maaga pa lang, pinupunta na yung mga middles.
Para makapag-pose agad sila ng threat, diba? Early on in the game.
To set up players like Tots and Gemma and Alyssa, who unfortunately hits the antenna right now. Everybody talking about Mela, and I want to get your thoughts on this. 3 games for CREAMLINE, 2 games out of the 3. She is in single digits, 8 points and 9 points, and then the 13 points also before that. What are your thoughts on all the talk that surrounds the expectations of the Phenom?
Well, I think during the open conference, we also mentioned this,
Yeah,
diba?
sa
Wala
simula.
na kasing need si Alyssa na magbuhat ng team kasi ang dami niya nang kasama para gawin yon. Actually, it's not just the trio, no? Alam naman natin may trio sila of wing spikers and Galanza, Tots, and herself. Pero even their middles scoring double digits, like she said, coming off from an 11-point output last game. So, siguro nasanay lang yung fans sa mga 30 points niya before, that's right. But yung presence niya, especially in defense, you can really feel it every game.
And we know, you and I, who were involved obviously in the last PVL series of soccer, we knew that in the semifinals, in the finals, siya yung pamatay eh.
When she plans to turn on the switch,
Yes.
she can do it.
Yes. Parang inulit lang natin yung conversation natin from the elimination round of the last conference. Triple block on Valdez. But of course, we might have some new fans, some volleyball fans watching right now as Choco Mucho ties this match at 10. Let's look at that wall.
Familiarity plays a factor here. You see that triple block. You don't often see it, diba, from the Flying Titans, but this time around, you can see the amount of respect that they have on the defending champs. Unfortunately, isa sa mga nagpapahirap talaga sa kanila, yung mga enforced errors nila. Every game, they always get ahead in that aspect. Sa mga kalaban nila, lamang talaga sila ng mga enforced errors. So, even when they're ahead sa mga scoring departments, like sa spiking, dyan talaga sila nadadali.
Oh, what a nice, low, fast set. But great defense by CREAMLINE. Chance ball. Open. Gaston adjusts. Galanza hides her hand and puts it away on the counter.
You know, the speed of that Gia de Guzman set, makikita mo si Bea, she's really doing a good job getting checks, you know, from the spikers of CREAMLINE. Pero that time, late siya, and have to credit that point also to de Guzman.
12-10. Valdez serving. Another ad-lib play here. Gia takes a look at the defense. Goes for the dump. Revilla was there. I believe that's a block touch.
Tonga has been getting her points from block touches.
How about Revilla, as always, in the thick of things when it comes to digging and receiving.
And you know, we mentioned about familiarity within the team at saka familiarity din sa kalaban.
Sa opponent.
They used to play together. So then Lazaro, Revilla reading that drop ball well.
Yung kanilang Kanilang Holy Trinity rin dati.
That's
Nung
true.
nanalo sila ng championship sa dalawang sunod. 13-11 is the score now. As Seth Domingo scores her 4th point here in this match.
You know, Gia Morado de Guzman really making the effort to make the middles look good. You mentioned about the threat that they pose. We know their potential as well. So, kapag ka, you know, hindi lang decoy pag sa kanila talaga binibigay. Ang ganda rin na nagiging epekto all in all for CREAMLINE.
Galanza, soft touch. Balde, full swing, scores, cuts the lead to 1. Second point for the former UP standout.
Great spike there from Molde. You can see the backswing. Ang ganda talaga ng form. And even managing to score off the taller blocker in Panaga.
PVL serves with a 1-point deficit. Atienza receives. Galanza. Tongay was there. Molde, long ball. Gia reverses to Tots. Delayed by the block. Balak shouting for it. Molde unable to score there, but a chance ball for Choco Mucho. Running. Gia. Back row. Regalo. Longest rally of the match so far. And it's still going. The dink. Galanza.
Longest rally of the game so far, and we're just beginning, Boom. Pero you would see the effort of both teams.
Yes.
I mean, even Bea De Leon getting a check on that powerful Gemma Galanza hit.
Kaya nga kahit na hindi nila nakuha yung point, Coach Oliver Almandro was applauding the effort of his team. And it had to end, and it ended with a Galanza point, 14-12. Gia serves for the Open Conference champions. Viray from behind!
You know, Caitlin Viray just getting more and more confident all throughout this conference. And yung na-mention natin, this is their opportunity to shine. And you know, last game, pumapalo siya ng back row hit, but it's not as powerful as that last hit na ginawa niya. No? So, again, it boils down to her confidence and really experimenting on her attacks.
Up high to Carlos. Wong opens up. Oh! Way underneath the ball for that swing for Isa Molde. The lead back to 2.
Ang higel, nakailalim and lack of wrist action there.
Galanza will do the honors of getting this rally started.
One thing that's also been helping itong Flying Titans are the checks that they've been getting also sa spikers. Kahit hindi siya maging kill block, nakaka-counter sila. But this time around, ayaw na paputusin ni Gemma. She's gonna end up with an ace. And they go to the second technical timeout, 16-3.
That's right. We'll take a break. We will be back. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena, the venue of this intense battle between sister teams and rivals. 16-13 in favor of the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, who are at 2-1 sa ating team standings, coming off that loss against the Signal HD Spikers, who are all alone and undefeated so far in the in the Invitational Conference. What an attack! What a swing! What a finish for Viray!
Mentioned confidence, and you can see it from her swing. She's really gonna go all out there. The angle that she took, kahit dalawa yung sumabay na blockers. Well, alam naman natin, kaluwete si Caitlin. She would always have that advantage. Pero yung power on top of that angle, ang ganda talaga ng execution from that last play.
Ay, sa mga kaluwete, knowing is one thing. Stopping it is another. Just like that attack from Eliza Valdez, her second point of the game. You know how certain players play, but stopping it is a completely different experience altogether. And you talk about familiarity. Eliza Valdez is probably the most scouted Philippine player ever in terms of volleyball.
And it doesn't seem to affect her all this time.
It's part of the challenge of being her. As Gaston scores down the line with the help of the net, her third point on 3 attacks.
About Pongay Gaston converting here today for the Flying Titans. Last game, she was fielded in, but well, hindi as efficient in terms of producing points, no, compared to the game today.
They need her now. They need everybody now. Somebody touched the net. Unfortunate, because Dina Wong was able to dig that up, although that would have been a free ball for CREAMLINE. That is the biggest lead of the match so far. It has been 3.
You mentioned in the pregame how Dina Wong has been very exceptional as well in terms of defense. She's number 6 in that department, and you would see it every game, di ba? Na even the drop balls, talagang pinag-e-effortan niyang kunin.
And she's been dealing with her own health issues also, Mela.
Right.
So credit to Dina Wong for really gutting it out here in this Invitational. As what a swing again by Kate Viray.
We mentioned power, we mentioned angles. Pero pagka natuto pa lalo, kapag mas nagkaroon pa ng, ng playing time and she gets even more creative, we know how lethal Caitlin Viray is gonna be here in the Premier Volleyball League.
She's sitting right beside Ejit Mabayad. Guy who knows a thing or two about power and angles, and if you don't know, just Google him. You'll know how great a player that guy is for the FEU Tamaraws back in the day. 1916. CREAMLINE Cool Smashers getting this rally started with a 3-point lead. They're digging. It's been great again here in this match. Great coverage as usual by Revilla. Miscommunication by Choco Mucho. Revilla was there again. Sakit na binigay, but Valdez was there to dig. Galanza. And I think she scratched the net after the swing. I think that is what Angela Howe is saying. Let's look at that. Ayun.
Medyo nakadikit na yung set, so itatry niyang ipa-check. But she touched the net there.
Minsan di mo rin napapansin yan on the swing, on the way down. As Gaston. I credit Choco Mucho here. Fighting hard. Sticking by CREAMLINE. Miscommunication on the other end, and a free ball for Choco Mucho.
One-hand dig from Carlos.
Galanza. Revilla. Revilla again. Wong is rejected. And that will be out.
Medyo nagkailangan because then Lazaro Revilla had 3 consecutive saves from the coverage. And when it was Dina Wong's time to touch the ball, medyo nandun pa sa floor itong si Revilla. Resulted in another error as CREAMLINE fields in Cayetano for the serve.
And our first timeout, if I'm not mistaken, here in this match.
Okay, listen up. Look. Girls, first, we're doing good on defense, on serve, on block, on attack. Now, ang kailangan nating hilutin is, pag nasa atin ang bola, when it's in rally, nagmamadali tayo sa balikan. Kasi pagka setup play naman, pag 1-to-1, kaya natin. Okay, now, again, yung serve natin, the strategy of target, ibalik. Huwag magmadali. Now, Bea, yung sinasabi ko sa yung atake. Girls, keep up the energy. Put up the energy and be positive. Hey, stay positive. Stay positive. Let's go.
It is not an exaggeration to say that it is deafening here at the Mall of Asia Arena, with or without headphones. Mela.
That's right. You know, the players here, isa rin yun sa talagang nagpapagana sa kanila. And they keep mentioning that in every interview. Iba rin talaga yung effect. And I think, isa rin yan sa factor kung bakit ang ganda ng simula ng laban dito.
At nagpapatuloy yung laban with this rally. Thoughts adjusting. Arocha digging. The push by BDL doesn't work. Umiikot si Galanza sa kabila. Oh, what a play. What a play by CREAMLINE. And now they have the biggest lead of the match at 4. 21-17, some separation at the end of this first set.
Kung makikita mo talaga yung system ng CREAMLINE, di ba? Yung familiarity nila, kahit hindi na mag-usap, yung tinginan lang, lagi yung sinasabi ng mga coaches. Kasi yung transition nila, you know, Gemma from the middle, pupunta ng opposite side. Very in sync.
Another chance here. Valdez from the back line. Gaston. And it's in CREAMLINE's hands right now. The dink doesn't work. Arocha from behind is still able to score. Cuts the lead down to 3 on an ad-lib play. Talk about out of system.
And see the reaction of Arocha. She was far behind the line, di ba? And makikita mo yung may konting awkwardness dun sa pag-approach niya, pero napadulas na pa sa kamay ng blockers.
Yung awkwardness actually yung nagpasira ng timing ng blocker dun, si Pans. It's 18 serving 21. Gia back to Thoughts, who adjusts. And that's way underneath the ball. We've seen that play before. They just weren't able to execute it well that one.
Medyo binalik eh. So parang contradicting siya dun sa approach ni Tots, papalapit ng bola.
Coach Sherwin will call a timeout as the lead is down to 2. Let's eavesdrop.
Serve ni Bea, diretso yan. Pag ano, gitna lang natin.
One good point.
Pag medyo alanganin ng receive, react agad na kung tutuloy ba ako sa tres. Diba? Nagiging emergency ang back row natin eh. No? Pumunta ka doon, may gitna. Walang receive lang. Spacing tayo. Pag may receive, tuloy.
Okay, go. Hey,
Let's go, pasa mo na.
pasilipin kayo hanggang coverage.
Hey, CREAMLINE!
That's Mr. Jonathan Nang of Rebisco, of course. You cannot be more neutral than that.
Hating-hate talaga yung suit nila.
I wonder if he also has a suit.
Yeah.
Na ganyan,
Corporate suit na.
Pagka medyo formal naman.
But I think even the fans have those cheer shirts.
Yes.
Kasi sister teams, sometimes they can pick who to cheer on.
But nobody giving an inch, Mela, in this match. 2-point lead, the biggest was at 4. 2 straight points by Choco Mucho. Gaston sees that one. Combination play, and it's a 3-0 run. Molde with her 3rd point.
The celebration of Ponga and Arocha holding hands, going around the court. And early on in the set, pinag-usapan natin body language. Choco Mucho looking good here so far.
Ganda naman ng lihis nun, Mela.
That's right.
21 CREAMLINE, 20 Choco Mucho. Galanza. Atienza for coverage. Galanza ulit!
And we know how much of a power spiker Gemma Galanza is. Pero yung talino, at kung kailan niya papaluin yung bola, nakita mo na pahabol pala yung blocker, binaon niya na agad cross court. And,
Mela, we covered UAP volleyball this is our first time to be this close. And to be in the open spiker position na nakikita natin. It's so good to be back in this spot to see people like Gemma Galanza fly up close. There's nothing like it, really. To be live in the venue. Witnessing this match as Choco Mucho continues to be stubborn here in the first set.
The spikers of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans just really getting creative. Alam nila, isa yun sa strength din ng Creamline na yung blocking. Of course, we have Carlos and Panaga teaming up for the double blocks at pag-umikot si Celine naman, di ba? Pero they know how to score off those tayong blocks. Talagang sinaswipe nila yung bola.
Wong. Atienza. Carlos. Choco Mucho saves this one.
Oh!
And Viray scores! What a play!
The alertness of Caitlin Viray. You know, it's just a joy to see paano siya lumalabas sa kanyang shell, di ba? Talagang sinundan niya yung bola and, you know, both Nendel Lazaro, Revilla, and Molde to be credited also for that point, the effort to save that ball.
What a power swing to tie the match at 22 all. Galanza in the middle. Set back. Carlos scores.
Alam mo, kahit medyo nagkakagulo yung Creamline, nakita natin sa open side, nandun pareho si Carlos at Galanza, but the acknowledgement to really make way kung sino yung papalo. And sa kabilang side naman, sino ba yung nagkalituhan? Ponggay letting that ball go when it was clearly inside.
Choco Mucho calls it second timeout as they're down by 1. And that Creamline point, by the way, breaks that 3-0 run.
Positivity is there. Walang dadala because the positive energy. Yun lang muna. Okay, now, again, Holmes, hindi natin kinakailangan manghula. Kinakailangan pumunta sa tamang pwesto. Kagaya kanina, na single block. Pag na single block, sigurado may cross court. Pag dalawa, sigurado mahaba or tapon. Okay, now, we have the opportunity to attack. Huwag nating madaliin. Ang importante, sigurado sa gagawin. Use your strength. Miguel, sabi ko sa inyo, mapagpagad kay Dina. Okay? Hey, positive energy, keep the positivity. Don't forget to have fun. Come on, let's go, girls.
Wala sa isa't isa, girls. Ako, di
Yes,
yan.
wala.
Taytag!
Oh, it's so good to be back, Mela. I'm so happy to be back in front of these fans, in front of these great athletes, and of course, our great production staff here as we bring you the live coverage of this game between Creamline and Choco Mucho. Fernando Velante talking to the captain, to Elisa Valdez. Let's see what this is all about.
You know, Coach O also doing a good job with his in-game adjustments and, you know, yung mix nung inspiration and technical coaching nandun talaga, and always reminding the girls every time out to just have fun and keep the positive energy.
Yeah, he said, I love the energy. Love the energy. And the positivity. A clarification here, Fernando Velante, Angela Howe. Little bit of a lull after the point from Creamline. A yellow card is called. A delay of game on that little substitution confusion nila earlier. So yellow card. The Creamline to get things going for this rally, courtesy of Gemma Galanza. Wong, balik, tinulak. Carlos pushes it through the wall, yes. Gia reverses to Tots. And that gets us to set point for the Creamline Pool Smashers.
Again, those checks from Choco Mucho, malaking bagay na yan para maka-counterattack sila. But there was a confusion on who was gonna defend dun sa down the line ng opposite side.
Set point in the hands of the Laguna native. Tegusman able to dig it up. Carlos finishes off Choco Mucho in the first set after some tight moments. Creamline winning 25-22. Tots Carlos scoring 6 points on 6 attacks. That is set number 1 here at the Mall of Asia Arena as you're watching us live on One Sports and One Sports Plus. It is a 25-22 first set for the Creamline Cool Smashers trying to bounce back the loss against the Signal HD Spikers. A much anticipated showdown in Santa Rosa, Laguna. And back-to-back, another highly emotional game here. And they respond well in that first set. Hindi sila bumitaw sa dulo, which is something that titignan natin, Mela, kasi twice in the game against Signal HD Spikers, sa dulo of the second and fourth set, bumitaw sila.
That's right. Nasa kanila yung mga leads, no? They had problems closing out the sets, but in this game today, they seemed more focused, and even in the timeout or in the breaks, nakita natin nag-meditate din sila sa gilid. So definitely they're putting premium sa kanilang focus today as we see the set 1 stats. Choco Mucho, hindi mukhang kulang sila in this game. Dalawa lang yung naging disparity in terms of attacks. Mas umabante pa sila in terms of blocks 2-1, and they also limited their errors to just 7 errors compared to the errors that they usually do. Minsan, maabot ng double digits yan, but definitely good energy here from both teams, and we're gonna expect a much exciting set number 2.
33 minutes in that first set. A very intense set where the biggest lead medyo na-establish dun sa dulo, 21-17. That was the biggest lead. And then, of course, humabol itong Choco Mucho. And then, Creamline responding in the end, winning it 25-22. The number 1 attacking team, only ahead by 2 in that department. So, not bad. Again, as you mentioned, for Choco Mucho, a lot of positives for them going into the second set.
You mentioned number 1 attacking team, and to think Choco Mucho is missing their number 1 attacker in Tolentino, who usually gets the bulk of sets and production in terms of spikes. But everyone's just responding well. Mas nakikita rin natin na maraming nagsistep up. Caitlin Viray, even Isa Molde stepping up in this game.
Second set is underway. Calanza swings. Coverage is there from Atienza. Carlos on the other side. Gaston able to get the pop-up. Mababa. Balik just gives away the ball. And that's always dangerous. You cannot give away balls like that to the Creamline Cool Smashers, especially when Tots Carlos is in front.
And you cannot just put a one-man blocker in Tots Carlos.
Yes, pa.
Nakita mo si Shannon Palek delayed na hindi na tumalon, and she's just gonna pounce off that ball. And mahirap na lalong bantayan. Imagine 2-man block, naiibabaon pa niya. So what more kung isa lang yung blocker?
63 points so far in the tournament for Tots Carlos. Nalunod. And Shannon Palek there.
So far, dito sa side ng Choco Mucho, ito na lang si Palek na lang din yung hinihintay natin na mag-contribute ng mas marami pa because we've seen si Bea De Leon. Maganda rin yung mga contributions niya kanina in terms of spikes and block checks.
Gaston from behind. Another chance for Creamline to attack. And they do. 3-0 start. This is a very dangerous point for Choco Mucho, especially after an emotional loss in that first set. They have to maintain two things here in the second set. The energy and that positivity that they had. The Creamline is smelling a little bit of blood here.
You know, si Gia Morado naman, Gia Morado de Guzman, nakita natin, alam na rin natin yung kanyang talent when it comes to playmaking. But she also acknowledged na nakaka-check yung Choco Mucho in the first set at mas lumamang pa nga sila in terms of blocks, no? So ngayon, seems like mas binibilisan niya kasi yung dalawang bato niya kay Tots Carlos, halos walang blocker.
That's 4-0 as we go to Alexis Tinsay right now.
With 13 points from Gemma Galanza last game, she opened up to me regarding Creamline's apprehensions during their first loss of the year last Thursday. Naginip daw yung HD Spikers dahil dumami yung errors ng Creamline sa dulo. Kaya kung lulimitahan nila ngayon yung errors nila and they will go back to their basic communication, then they will add another win to their column. But more than that, win or lose, Gemma's happy to see their printed heads and pink pom-poms wobbling in the audience. The main goal is to bring good vibes to the volleyball fans and see the hearts of volleyball beat with the momentum of the Creamline Pool Smashers this set 2.
Thank you very much, Alexis Tinsay, segment host reporting around this mad venue, the Mall of Asia Arena. Once you talked about errors, 32 in that last match. So look at Ivy Laxina. Is that Aya?
Yeah, it's
Aya Laura, no?
Tawag yung supporting Dina Wong. Well, in the UAAP, laging kasama nito ni Dina si Aya,
Yeah, you're right.
supporting Ivy. And then now, it's the other way around.
I was about to say, the 32 errors, last conference pa natin pinag-uusapan yan, Mela. This is a high-risk, high-reward team itong Creamline. They're a high-attacking team. The errors, as much as they want to limit them, they don't really limit them. You know, meron nga sila mga laban na 44 errors na nanalo pa eh.
Well, you know, their power in the other departments, scoring departments, is really enough to compensate for that. And I think, ganun na talaga yung system. Na-mention mo nga high risk, high reward. So they just really have to bank on their strengths para mabawi.
Speaking of power, 5-0.
Parents of Gia Morado also in attendance.
Yeah. Our UAAP colleague sends it to the net. I think that is her second service error. No, it's her first rather. Oh, Mr. Alan Acero with us here in attendance. Look at his mask.
Half na half talaga.
5-1 is our score. Viray leads Choco Mucho with 5. Carlos leads Creamline with 9. 6-1 now for Creamline. Galanza gets us going for this round. Wong chases the second ball. Atienza, secondary setter to Carlos. Off the high hands of Gaston and Palek. 7-1. 10 points for the MVP.
Momentum clearly on the side of the Pool Smashers. And kanina, ang ganda ng body language ng Choco Mucho in the first set. Kahit they were down, you'd know na may effort sila to keep close to Creamline.
That one sails out, so they get a point off an error. Earlier today, PLDT winning over the Army Black Mamba, who was the last team who defeated the Choco Mucho Flying Titans in comeback fashion. Sakit din yung pagkatalo ng Choco Mucho nun. Not only the manner that they lost, and of course, the player that they lost in that game. So, I continue to wish and pray for Duque Ogonsaña and all the PVL players who are dealing with different kinds of health issues as the Creamline Cool Smashers are ahead by 6, 8-2 here in set 2. Oh, the champions are in the house. Robles, Lamina, Belen, the rookie MVP.
Ang sarap naman panoorin nun. Pag U-up, you could see the PVL players supporting the young guns. And ngayon naman sa pro, it's their turn.
Alam mong gusto ko malaman ano pinag-uusapan nila. Because remember, yung high school, pag nanonood sila ng college, meron sila mga pinag-uusapan na pagdating natin ng college, ito gagawin natin. At nagawa nila. Ano ngayon ang pinag-uusapan nila?
Parang ano, kung saan na nila gusto, sino mga gusto nilang makalaro.
Tony Delfino of Choco Mucho also in attendance. A lot of personalities here, part of this massive, massive crowd at the Mall of Asia Arena. Valdez! Nice dig by Molde, but a collision between Revilla and Wong.
No, boom, parang nagkakaroon ng pattern dito, no? A lot of the power spikes of CREAMLINE na didig ng Choco Mucho, but it always results to an error. Kaya yung puntos, regardless how beautiful the dig is or was, sa CREAMLINE pa rin napupunta.
That heavily, like, I wouldn't say bandaged, but the leg of Denise Lazaro Revilla. She continues to dive throughout the floor. 11 points for Tots Carlos. And a service ace. That is her first of the match and her fourth of the Invitational.
She's truly mastered this jump serve.
A response there by BDL. Her third point. They need her. They need everyone, for that matter, here in this match.
You could see the effectiveness of Bea. You know, hindi niya palaging pinapalo. Talagang she looks for the perfect spot para makapuntos.
Heavily wrapped is the phrase that I was looking for Denise Lazaro Revilla, the right leg of hers. Sa gitna. Diyan nagsimula si Gia kanina sa ating first set. 5 points per set.
On the other hand, siling Domingo naman, puro spike, pero yung mahahabang palo, and that's very rare para sa mga quickers kasi usually sila yung mga baon talaga pumalo eh. But siling Domingo also unfolding the creativity that she has.
They call her the most improved player of the Open Conference. She said Domingo, para sa CREAMLINE at least, in their eyes. As the lead right now is 6. Now, against Signal HD, they had leads of 7 3 times in the second set. As we see Elmer and Det De Leon, as always. I think Bea told me one time that they have never missed
A game.
any game at least one parent has always been in attendance.
Parents of the century, of the decade.
Bigyan ng plaque. Galanza rises. Wong will send it over. Gia opens up to Galanza again, and she puts it away.
No, I'm just running out of words at how creative the Creamline players really are. Kasi imagine, si Gemma, she knows that the libero wasn't on the floor, so she targeted that deep cross. No, with Bea De Leon there to defend.
Gusto ko yung sinabi ni Kat Arado about Gemma Galanza. Lagi natin pinupuri si Gemma about her jump, yung kanyang tiklop ng katawan. Pag pumalo, si Kat Arado sabi niya, tinatago pa niya yung kamay niya doon sa swing niya sa likod ng ulo. And the next time that you see her rise, try to see that technique, try to watch that technique. Pag pinitik ni Gemma yung kamay niya sa likod ng ulo, parang tinatago yung kamay.
Backswing, oo. Kasi binabasa rin yun ng defenders.
Of course, sa mga blockers, di ba? And all of a sudden, you see it appear. Yung mga magagaling nating mga lalaro, especially yung mga libero, talagang pinapanood nila yan. Inaabangan at inaaral. Tots with the push.
See again, Dina crossing up to the other side of the court.
The lead is 8. And they're able to score on a broken play. It's Isa Molde.
Finally, the defense of Choco Mucho paying off. And boom, ito yung sinasabi ko palagi, no? Kasi I've covered a lot of games nitong Choco Mucho. This is the third actually. Pero I always see Dina making the effort na dumipensa. Pero ibang usapan kasi kahit yung drop ball for a setter na kukunin mo. When in fact, dapat focus kasi setting, di ba? Pero nakita natin kahit nandun na sa other side ng defense pattern niya, kinukuha niya pa rin. So, ang laking tulong nun para makaset up pa sila ng counterattacks.
Masabi ni Ivy, sige na nga. Pumalakpak na. 6-point deficit. I mean, the other thing that we have to admire about players is staying focused amidst all of the things that happen in a court like this.
They have probably adjusted to this kind of, arena na punong-puno talaga. I mean, we had it last open conference also when they faced off against each other. Pero there are mental trainings din eh. And sometimes when you interview them, nababanggit din nila yan.
Bump set. High hands. And a point. That is the 13th point of the number 3 scorer in the league.
So far, it's those off-the-block kills that have been giving the Flying Titans a hard time to defend kasi yung mga malalakas na baon na pupwestuhan nila, naaangat nila.
69 points in the conference so far for Tots Carlos. Viray has been quiet as of late. Carlos has been noisy. The adjustment on the other end. And that catches the tape of the net. 16-7. It has all been Creamline here in set number 2. You're watching the Heart of Volleyball, the Premier Volleyball League. 15,000 strong in attendance in the Mall of Asia Arena. And if you showed me that number, I wouldn't believe you because it feels like 20, or at least it sounds like 20 in here. But that is a great number to come home to for me personally. 15,237 to see that. And millions more watching on One Sports Plus, on Signal Play, and all our platforms that are showcasing the talents of these PVL players. 17-7. Okay, Mela, your Choco Mucho, how do you approach this? What do you think of? As we look at Eileen Rodas of ARC.
Well, one thing that's missing, yung intangibles, yung energy nga nila and yung body language nila kanina nung first set. Kasi they won't let CREAMLINE get ahead of them ng sunod-sunod, di ba? When they try to make streak of points, puputulin agad nila. So the momentum, it shifts from CREAMLINE to Choco Mucho, but now they have fully given it to CREAMLINE. I mean, to start off the set, 4-0 agad, and nahirapan na silang makabalik dahil masyado nang marami yung naibangko na puntos nitong CREAMLINE.
And I'm sure there are lessons learned by CREAMLINE in terms of protecting leads this time. Kasi yun ang dumali sa kanila against Signal. Again, 3 times they had a 7-point lead in set number 2 against Signal. And another comeback set, and they gave up set 4 as Pao Soriano makes an appearance here for Pans Panaga. Another Adamsonian, former Adamsonian. 79 is the score. Make that 89 as Carlos hooks that in for her 14th point.
Great swing, high contact on the ball. And there's just a lot of things that Tots Carlos can do on the court. Tama yung follow through, yung tiklop, and regardless kung nasang side siya, opposite man or open, it's the same result for Tots Carlos.
Too high. The Signal played great defense against Tots and Eliza and Gemma. I mean, despite the scoring of Tots, in general, the blocking was there. Right now here for Choco Mucho, it has been non-existent as they are down by 10.
Okay. Okay, listen up. Okay, look girls. Ito maganda nangyari. Dina, you're doing good sa ginagawa mo. Tama yung set mo, tama. Now, Spiker should be ready. You have to anticipate. And let's help Dina. Pag nakita nakakagulo si Dina, yung mga Spikers, you have to ask for it. Nandito, Ben, sa akin mo bigay. Naintindihan? Now, ganun din nangyayari sa'yo kanina. So, sabi ko sa'yo, huwag ka magmadali. Ganun din yung middle natin, you have to ask for it. Dina, we're doing good. Tsagayin natin. Look, girls, fight till the end. Let's fight for each other. Come on.
Start by talking. Hey, start time!
Coach O pleading there to fight till the end. That's all they can do right now. Gemma Galanza will sit down. Rose Vargas, another former FU standout, talking about power, is in now for CREAMLINE.
They have enough load and advantage also. So, best time to field in mga second stringers kasi you wouldn't know kung kailan mo sila kakailanganin eh. Look at Choco Mucho, diba? So, kailangan bigyan pa rin sila ng experience.
Funny, you know, in the previous game against Signal, I did the live stream of that one, CREAMLINE and Signal. And I said the exact same thing when Sherwin put in 2 or 3 bench players when they were up 7 against Signal in that second set ng humabol. Otong Signal, but like I said, I'm sure they've learned their lesson as Eliza Valdez gives them an 11-point lead.
Minsan talaga, even yung mga substitutions, very crucial. Diba? You really have, you know, as a coach, you really have to have that mastery sa tendencies ng mga players mo, and if they are confident enough kahit sa mga di kita na laban.
Score there by Choco Mucho to get them into double digits. You know, earlier in the PLDT Army match, Mela, there was a set 2 na 25-11 yung score. That's the biggest deficit so far in the Invitational in terms of a set win. Right now we are at 20-10. Speaking of Samonte, who's been having a great invitational for herself also with a PLDT, who won earlier today.
Shannon Palek scored off a great spike, but followed by a service error.
Soriano. Gaston. Vargas. Valdez sends it over. Cross court. Narigaluhan pa. But overcalculated by Ced Domingo.
Good intention. Doon niya isa-swipe para ma-eliminate na sa aatake. Pero medyo sumobra lang.
Jen Ferrer. The acquisition from last conference. 3-time UAP bestsetter.
You know how much undermanned Choco Mucho is. They used legendary setter as a service specialist last game. Kasi even Tang Ponce is out.
That's right. Valdez puts it away.
And look at how effective Celine Domingo as a decoy from that last sequence. Kagat na kagat sa kanya itong si Bea De Leon, leaving Eliza Valdez with just one blocker. And we see more second stringers coming in for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers.
Naglaro rin to si Riza Mandapat in that last game against Signal. Micaela Belen, who I posted a story about her and Eliza Valdez celebrating their same birthday.
Ganun pala kapag MVP.
Parang diba?
Parang kailangan dun ka sa date na yun ipapanganak.
When I found out about it, I had to make an Instagram story about it because it's so amazing to find out. Two separate generations. 22-12 is the score. Gina Rocha comes in to serve. So, Choco Mucho is missing Kat Tolentino, Des Cheng, Cherry Nunag,
Tang Ponce.
Tang Ponce. Tapos, as we have reported and as you've seen on social media, of course, in the news outlets, Enrique Ogunsanya out with an ACL injury. Negrito, Valdez on the other side, paints the line and gets them within 2 points of a 2-sets-to-love lead.
You would see yung approach talaga ni Eliza, full swing, and nakita yung follow through.
By the way, sila Belen and Laxina and Robles, hindi yan baguhan sa PVL. They played in the PVL.
Represented Balikure, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. With the likes of Janisa Johnson as an import. And played very well, by the way. They were, so young at that time. Pat kasama nila Joy Micagandi rin na naglaro. So they're not strangers to the PVL. They played here and played against some of these players before. 23-13. Negrito reverses to Mandapat. And she gets them to set point.
So Mandapat finding the line. Again, yun din yung mahirap depensahan. Mahaba, down the line. Pasok na pasok si Bea.
So it is only Ced Domingo and Eliza Valdez, the lone starters for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers, who are up 11. 11 set points for a 2-sets-to-love lead. Balek cuts that one.
Palek na na-replicate the strategy na kapag wala yung libero, dun dadalahin. Mahaba din yung target. Nakita mo, medyo sa may ulo na ni Ced dadaan or sa may upper body.
Soriano. Revilla. Hinatid kay Molde sa kabila. Negrito up to Vargas. Vargas covering herself. Mandapat on the other side. And that will do it for set number 2. CREAMLINE emphatically taking this one 25-14. And they are a set away from their 3rd win here in the PVL Invitational Conference. You're watching us live on One Sports and One Sports Plus. 25-22, 25-14. A very opposite looking sets number 1 and number 2. Very tight 33-minute set number 1, and then set number 2, it was that start 5-0 kagad. Itong Creamline Cool Smashers, and they never looked back, Nela.
That's right. And if you're gonna ask, ano ba yung nagbago? Ang ganda ng pinakita ng Choco Mucho nung first set. Well, we mentioned din kanina na walang shift in momentum. It was completely via the Creamline dahil nga laki na naging abante nila. And I think even in terms of attacks, malaki din yung naging disparity. I mean, Creamline just firing from all cylinders. Habang ito namang Choco Mucho, first set nakaka-counter sila. But in that second set, kahit nakaka-depensa sila, it results to errors. And again, ayan nga, let's take a look at the set 2 stats. Sa attacks, mas lumamang from the first set output itong Creamline, but also 10-point disparity from that department. No blocks for both teams, and kahit mas na-minimize nila yung mga errors sila both from the first set, ang laki pa rin. Doon pa rin talaga nagkaroon ng separation in terms of the attacks.
Choco Mucho, third best blocking team in the league, just couldn't get anything going from a defensive standpoint while outgunning. The Choco Mucho Flying Titans are the Creamline Cool Smashers, plus 10 in that department in set number 2. That set finished in 27 minutes, and they are a set away from getting win number 3. And along with a win, as I said in the pregame, Mela, they minimize the chances and decrease the chances of their siblings from going or advancing here in this invitational conference. That is the implication of the loss for Choco Mucho. As we see Jesse De Leon in attendance, of course, all part of the PVL family. Speaking of, Boom Gonzalez, Mela Tunay, Alexis Tinsay, Direk Al Neri at the helm of this live and exclusive coverage of your Premier Volleyball League, the first and only professional volleyball league in the Philippines, as Morado makes a setting error. That is, I believe, her first setting error of the match.
The referee saying yung bola nasa kabila na. Pero ang ganda sana nung one-hand set na yon, and Carlos perfectly timed that second tempo set.
All you can ask for right now for Choco Mucho is to hang in there, to fight, and see what happens. As we see Risa Sato, by the way, starting off the third set for Creamline, and a 2-0 lead for Choco Mucho.
You see the luxury of the Cool Smashers when it comes to middle blockers. No, you have Sato, you have Panaga, you have Sid Domingo.
Carlos cross-court, Revilla digs. Sato, ganto na naman si Revilla. And you can give that point to Denise Lazaro Revilla, saving that play twice with a couple of gets. Deserves a second look. First, that one.
Between the blockers pa yon, but she was there in that coverage.
Sinukit.
And alam mo po yung mga sungkit ni Denden kasi, parang hindi sungkit eh.
Baby
Talagang
talaga.
sakto pa rin sa
Actually,
setter.
ganda nung pagkasabi mo niyan. You know, in between the sets earlier, when she went to the bench, tinuro ko sa'yo si Denden, di ba? She looked exhausted. Carlos, mababa. And it's a 4-0 start for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. This is how Creamline started the second set.
I had to look again dahil kanina nga ito yung storya pero sa ibang team, talking about Creamline. But good response from the Flying Titans.
Carlos, ticket, very tight bump set to dodge. 5-0 for Choco Mucho. Perfect time for us to throw it over to Alexis Tinsay.
I got a chat with amazing Gia Morado, and despite the loss, given the big respect they have for their sister team, they decided not to mull over it so that they can prepare for their fight against the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. And Isa Molde, on the other hand, said they prepared for this game against Creamline by doing their best to stay healthy and to have a good amount of sleep because they have to finish strong. Let's watch the set 3 to see which sister takes the victory? Is it the Cool Smashers or the Flying Titans?
Thank you, Alexis. As Tots Carlos finally breaks the rut for Creamline with a twisting, angled cut shot for a frontline kill.
She twisted everything. Her body, her arms.
Her face.
Oo, pati yung ano niya, yung wrist niya pa-twist din eh. So,
Then again, saving that possession. Reverse, Carlos. Revilla smiles. Get some energy from Choco Mucho. Tight set. Valdez is okay. She recovers. Atienza will set it back to Carlos. Carlos puts it away.
Tots Carlos having that acknowledgement na wag na dalhin sa down the line kasi si Denden paulit-ulit siya nadidepensahan. So now, she spikes that in between the blockers. Oo. Pero alam mo, Denden really had that effect ever since nung grew up, di ba?
Yes.
Siya na talaga yung iiwasan mo kasi kumbaga sayang yung attempt eh. Should always be there to receive or to dig.
Correct. Especially in her last 2 years. Again, she keeps that one alive. Oh, nice touch there. Atienza though with a great save. Ballet. Creamline will set it. They go to Tots again. Tots is rejected at the net.
Hands of Shannon Palek already on the side of the court ng Creamline. And you see the effort from everyone dito sa Choco Mucho. Great collaborative effort there from Pongay and Palek guarding the MVP. You see the work that they put in to stay alive in this game against the defending champs.
Stay alive, that is the operative phrase for Choco Mucho here. Not only for the game, but for the conference. Sato! What a set by Gia. First point for Sato-san.
Almost a facial there. Buti na lang na sangga ni Palek.
One of the better servers of the league every time she plays. You just don't know. Is she going to go short? Is she going to go long, middle, spin, dead? Wong. Checked. Wong saves it. Revilla sends it over for a free ball. Domingo. Delayed by the block. De Leon. And it is still alive in the hands of Creamline. 6-3. Valdez is denied on the combination play. To the delight of the fans here at the Mall of Asia Arena.
Look at that emphatic single block on Alyssa Valdez. And the reaction right after. And that's the confidence booster that you need if you're Choco Mucho.
Getting the crowd back into it. Over 15,000 strong. Good serve by Denai. A great response by Creamline. On the 17th point on 16 attacks for Kaloy.
You see the magic of Gia Morado. I mean, Bea De Leon, superb in blockings. Pero kapag maganda talaga yung bato kay Gia, until the last second, you really wouldn't know where she would set the ball.
She's a wizard, isn't she? I love that matchup between her and Angelica Yuna, the last match. Nela, napakaganda nung pitikan nilang dalawa. But right now, it is Choco Mucho with a lead for the first time going into the first technical timeout. 8-4. So Ricky Palou, of course, overseeing matters here in the Premier Volleyball League. As Gaston gets us going, 8-4. Revilla again. That's low.
Na yung sayang boom eh, no? This is not the first time. Kanina pa rin natin binabanggit yan na the strong spikes, madepensahan man, ang daming errors dun sa last touch.
Napaka-effortless nung dig.
Oo.
Tignan. Yung dig ni Denise.
You know, it's one thing na nandun siya kung saan pupunta, but it's another thing kung paano niya kinokontrol talaga every day.
Yun yung pinaka-importante doon. Kumbaga playable pa rin kasi siya.
That's right.
Service error for the Phenom, sending PVL to the service deck. 9-5. Villa will get a little bit of a breather, and she is gasping for air on the bench right now. Minamasahe.
Well, yung series din kasi ng mga nilaro nila from 5-setter, 4 sets. And then right now, the rallies are really long.
Viray from behind.
Caitlin Viray just really unfolding before our eyes. No Kat Tolentino, she's really stepping up. You've said it multiple times already in the coverage, but you just can't get enough of how she improves throughout the game and throughout the conference.
Then enjoying that point. Buys a little time for her there on the bench too. Calanza. And PVL unable to keep that in play. Calanza with 9 points, built on 8 attacks.
Boom, nakita ko sa harapan yung sinasabi mong tinatago ni Gemma. Yung
diba?
kanyang,
Kamay.
ayun, nasa likod ng ulo talaga. The others may backswing talaga, pero
Yes.
yung kanya nakatago sa likod.
Nakatago. So idagdag mo na yan dun sa kanyang mechanics na yung talon, yung tiklop, the swing, and then yung
Ikot.
tago. Oh, and I mean, credit to Kat Arado for seeing and saying that. I'm just taking it from her. Alam mo naman yung mga magagaling na libero katulad nila Kat, katulad nila Den. Pinag-aaralan nila lahat ng mga
Tendencies at saka yung diskarte talaga sa laro.
yes. Yan ang magandang i-super slow mo. Yung palo niya mo.
Seems like we're gonna see a lot more today, so baka may chance pang mas-slow mo.
Balde scores. It looked like she put a little extra mustard on that one. 8 points.
Again, i-highlight ulit natin, lagi natatapatan ng blocker si Molde, but she just knows how to get her points off the hands of the blockers.
Wong serving, as you can hear. Calanza again. Sa harap pa natin eh, Mela, at you and me. So when you see it, it's such a delight. And it's completely different talaga from when she was in college. And matindi na siya nun, di ba? Her last 2 years, which she developed under Coach Air Pada.
Well, boom,
Coach
ito rin
Sherwin.
yung iniisip ko eh. Kasi when we see Choco Mucho na, you see a lot of players stepping up kasi wala yung mga usual starters nila. That's how Gemma emerged, diba? When I think
Bench players
when
are
Eliza was focusing on the national team, that's the season na nag-MVP itong si Gemma. So, minsan, the losses of some key players also make way for the others to shine.
That's an excellent point, Mela. There's always an opportunity. Sometimes
And even Tots Carlos, di ba?
Yes.
Without MG.
Sometimes hindi sinasadyang opportunity. Pero nandyan.
It's just really how you make use of those opportunities. And kakasabi lang natin, Tots Carlos, no emerging as the MVP during the season that Michelle Gumabaw was not in the CREAMLINE lineup.
Carlos scoring, cutting the lead down to 3. And yes, Gemma Calanza, top scorer in college, and then played very limited minutes court time earlier in her Creamline career.
Ooh, Caitlin just ready for that regalo.
That sails out though for Gaston.
Again, yun yung naging problema nila yung last touch.
So the lead is down to 2.
Coach
Time
O
out si Coach O.
maninigurado.
Yes.
Diba yun sinasabi ko sa'yo, pag nakita mo, nagugulat ka, minamadali mo yung sarili mo. Kaya nangyayari yun. Okay, okay.
Get to 15. Get to
Okay, now. Okay, look. Girls, third goal. We have to do the third goal. Pero paano natin magagawa yon? Huwag kayong magmadali para makuha yon. We have to do good. Let's do good repeatedly. Patience sa balikan ng bola. Tsatsagain. Huwag magmadali. Shannon, I don't want you to reach too much high. Tama lang kasi depensa na babasag eh. Okay, Dina, activate mo yung sarili mo. Pag first line ka ha, naintindihan. Okay, go, girls. Taga lang ha. Hey, stay positive ha. Laban lang.
Hirap naman talaga minsan. Manonood ka lang, nasasabunutan ka pa. Gemma Galanza now serving for the Creamline Cool Smashers. Viray is checked, and it's a bit too low. 4 touches for Creamline. Masakit yun coming off a timeout, and also extra painful because the lead is down to 1.
Having a 4-point lead. Isa na lang, and you wouldn't want for that momentum shift ay mapunta dito sa Creamline.
Galanza with 10 points today so far. Chance for Creamline here. Gia takes it. Valdez goes long. Gaston is denied. Wong to Viray. Very tight set for Caitlin Viray.
And that's hard to do when you're in front of 2 tall blockers in Valdez and Sato.
She's trying to swipe it na lang. Tied at 12.
Malayo rin yung katawan niya doon na nakapayong si Eliza.
Kanina pa nagsaserve si Gemma Galanza, and we are tied at 12 right now as the chase by Creamline continues. Viray babawi, but what a dig by Gemma. Same for Molde. Viray shuffles. Back set. Viray ulit. Oh, what a spot! What a spot by Caitlin Viray.
That is her second point from that kind of attack. That top spin. And yung spin niya kasi usually iba paangat eh. Yung kanya talaga nakataas yung kamay, pinapaslide niya lang. So, pababa
Perfect,
talaga yung direction ng bola.
Unfortunately, Risa Sato got the brunt of that coverage attempt ni Atienza, that's right. As Jem Ferrer will check in to serve here. As Mela mentioned earlier, that's how undermanned Choco Mucho Flying Titans are. 3 generations of Ateneo setters
Oo nga,
on the
good
floor.
point.
You know, first, the 3-time UAP best setter, Jem, na ipasa kay Gia.
Two-time UAP best setter.
2-time champion,
The one-time UAP best setter.
Tina Wong. Yeah.
Hindi na Wong.
Ang ganda, no? As Valdez hits the antenna, a timeout here for Creamline. The lead is back to 2.
Itong nakadikit na tayo, kaya tayo gumagawang mali.
Yeah, sorry coach, my bad.
Diba? Kanina kasi talagang pumupunto sila ng hindi natin alam. Laro natin. Katulad niya, nag-set si Palit. Bakit ako atas? Diba dalawa agad, loose ball na agad yun? Oo. Loose ball, loose ball. Saan na tayo?
Hey, Greenline!
14-12. Creamline able to tie it. And then 2 straight points for Choco Mucho are trying to stay alive in this match. 2 sets to love The Creamline Cool Smashers are ahead, and it is Jen Ferrer who will serve. Oh, Ferrer overshoots the mark on that one. That's what a timeout can do sometimes, as we say, freeze that server. Sato back serving. Wong with one hand. Creamline on the attack now. Valdez flies. Sent back. Valdez will try again. Molde will chase. And a high free ball. And somebody touched the net. It is a flying titan, according to referee Angelo Howe.
Great effort there. Ang ganda na naging habol ng Choco Mucho. Pero again, the pattern is makakadepensa sila. May babalik na yung bola, pero
PVL.
error eh.
Oo, natawagan dun. Then two very low, sharp serves by Risa Sato. Wong, a bit too low for BDL. Wasted opportunity there. Somebody got hit also in the face. I think it is Denise. On the ricochet of that ball, Creamline partner takes over the lead, 15-14.
This is the tough part kapag galing ka sa block. Tapos yung check kasi within the area lang ng blockers. Kasi yung defenders mo, malayo yung ina-atras, diba? Para dumipensa. So, that's a common thing that happens during games. Yung nagkakalituan kung yung blocker ba yung kukuha nung na-check. Or is it someone from the back?
Denise gave the 2 thumbs up to the referees, ready to play. And Tots Carlos enters the 20-point mark on her 19th attack. Second technical timeout. It is the Open Conference champions ahead. Back inside the jam-packed Mall of Asia Arena here in Pasay City, the heart of Pasay City. The score is 16-14, Creamline ahead. The road to the PBA starts here. Tutukan ng PBA D-League Aspirants 2022 sa One Sports at sa PBA Rush. In a way, speaking of, gusto mo bang malaman ang latest happenings sa sports? Dito lang tayo sa iisang go-to tambayan ng lahat. Like and follow us on social media. One Sports PHL, One Sports Philippines on all social media platforms. Boom Gonzalez, Carmela Tunay, Alexis Tinsay, and everybody here at the Mall of Asia Arena, our production team, greeting you a good evening on this weekend, Saturday, 16-15, Creamline ahead by 1. Make that 2. Carlos, 21 points. I did say the bulk of the offense really goes to her in that last match against Signal. 58 of 189 total sets went to Tots Carlos.
The bulk is with her, but her conversion, oh,
And she doesn't seem to get tired or fatigued. She's just getting started.
Good check. Coverage there. Single blocker against the finals MVP, Alyssa Valdez.
Eighth point for the Phenom. Good enough for a 3-point lead.
Again, pagka hindi dumalawa tayo sa kanila, ang tendency papaluin ng mahaba sa kamay. So wag tayong sugod ng sugod. Then, ikaw din, Katie, sugod ng sugod. Magabang tayo, dahil lalo na kapag hindi naman tayo na-fake. Pag na-fake tayo na single block, tayo sugod. Okay, now girls, go, buhay pa yung goal. Yun muna, goal muna, but we have to do goals repeatedly. Keep on asking for it, keep on asking for it. Girls, hey, strong character, we need strong character, come on.
The depleted lineup of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans down 6 players, fighting hard here against their sister teams. Down 3, they were up by 4 earlier. But CREAMLINE kind of bounced back from that loss against Signal HD Spikers. And trying to get themselves their 3rd win of the conference. So that they could tie themselves up.
It's a 2-point ball game courtesy of that service error from Tots Carlos.
BLDT is also at 3-1, by the way, sa ating team standing. So that's what CREAMLINE is trying to tie. By the way, short conferences, if you don't know yet, single round robin. That's why we said that this may be the only meeting between the two sister teams. Balik kay Eliza, faster set. Double block on her. 3rd attempt. She's seen it all. And she's done it all. And she does it again. 9th point by Eliza Valdez on the 3rd attempt after being denied a couple of times. PVL, Tots easily digging that. Valdez from behind fires a bullet. Gia, Galanza, reverse. Tots with a push. And that's not good enough, according to referee Fernando Velarde. Sherwin Meneses arguing, Valdez listening.
Great effort from Gia Morado, really making it hard for the Choco Mucho blockers. Dahil opposite setting yung ginagawa niya within the rally, but it's gonna be an error called by the referee.
Lead is 2. 3rd set. Regalo. Wong over Galanza. 18 for Choco Mucho, 19 for CREAMLINE.
Tight set there. Wong able to maximize against Galanza.
Gia opens up to Galanza. That is wide again. No touch. And we are all tied up at 19.
Exciting end of the set for both teams. Well, it seems like the sets are a bit too tight. Parang it's a series of malalapit na sets sa net. So si Gemma medyo nahihirapan ipaswipe sa kamay ng blockers.
It's good serve by BDL. Carlos ad-libs and still is able to put it away.
When you need a point, you go to the MVP, Tots Carlos.
22 points today.
No, her efficiency doesn't change even when she's at the back line. She's really still a good source of points with her back row hits, no?
Already 78 points in total and counting here in the conference as Phil sends that to the net. 20 all.
That also happened in their last game. Medyo parang nakaka-pressure pag tinawag kang service specialist, no? Tapos yun yung gagawin mo, tapos mag-error.
Gia, Sato, Revilla. No, she is adamant that she saved that ball, but let's see what the call is. Fernando Velate. Oh, look at the reaction of Coach O. Give me something, he says. Let's look at that again, Mela. See. Oh, it
Looked like a good ball.
to me, it looked like a good ball. Now, the referees do not look at the monitors, and they do not have the benefit of a slow-mo. It was very fast. I thought, from the eye test, Revilla got that one. The lead is 1 for CREAMLINE. That is out. There's no touch, no block.
Regalo na yun, pero kasi pabuka eh. So, hindi talaga na-discartehan ng maayos ni Caitlyn yung timing and distance sa bola, resulting to that error.
At yun yung mga mahirap sabihin, isa-set mo ba? Diba? Or
kung kukunin mo na lang,
kunin mo
or
na.
baka nauna ka ng bumuelo.
Correct. The lead is 2 all of a sudden. Make that 3. Very dangerous now for Choco Mucho as CREAMLINE is looking to pound the nail. No timeout for Coach O. The lead is 3, 23 points for the reigning MVP. Open up to Viray on the other end. Pinball. And even CREAMLINE is now complaining about the same thing. They thought it did not hit the floor. Let's look at that again. Tumama. Tumama ba?
Oo, yung kamay niya kasi nakapantay na dun sa floor.
Sa
So,
sahig.
hindi natin alam which
Ano yung
hit it
nauna?
first.
Oo. Or ano yung nangyari? Bilis! Carlos is checked. So they reverse it to Galanza on the other end. Valdez will play center to Carlos. And Carlos will oblige with a match point. The 3 MVPs sharing the spotlight in that sequence. Carlos, Galanza, and Valdez. And Galanza has the honor now of serving match point number 1. Chance again for Choco Mucho. Viray, that is out. Match point save.
still a workable lead. We've seen Choco Mucho do this against Signal, di ba?
Oh, at maniniguro na nga. Nela, itong si Coach Sherwin Meneses. I will call a timeout.
Opo, coach. Sige, sige.
Coach, di ka lang magmadali.
Coach, medyo
Sino magsiserve? Sino magsiserve?
Sama.
Sino magsiserve sa kanila? Okay, palin tayo. Tots! Wait, na. Tots! Sa gitna ka ng matras, matras ka na. Okay. Dito. Si Sato yung running mo. Nasa gitna kayo, di ba? Parang quick tres lang, ha?
Diyan mag-good receive tayo.
Atas na ako diretso sa gitna.
Yeah.
Hey, CREAMLINE!
One match point saved by Choco Mucho. They were ahead by as much as 5 points here early in set number 3, but CREAMLINE with a 2-sets-to-love lead. A very tight first set, a dominant second set by CREAMLINE, and now another nice finish to this match number 14 of your PVL Invitational Conference. Atienza takes it. Carlos in the middle, and that's it. Dots Carlos wins it for CREAMLINE on her 25th point. And there will be no back-to-back losses for the Open Conference champions as they win today against the depleted sister team, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. We'll take a break, and we will be back to wrap this baby up. Back inside the Mall of Asia Arena as slowly but surely the more than 15,000 in attendance are trickling out as the game has ended in 3 sets, 25-22, 25-14, and another 25-22 count in the third set. Tots Carlos, who had 21 points in the match against the Signal HD Spikers in a loss, 25 today, which obviously brings her average now to 23 right now. After you said she was averaging 19, diba? Going into this match, your thoughts on her?
Well, she managed to stay consistent all throughout the game, and sabi ko nga kanina, kung kailangan nila ng puntos, they go to Tots Carlos. She has majority of the sets, pero yung efficiency talaga napakataas.
And she is with our very own Alexis Tinsay.
Here with me is Tots Carlos, player of the game for the CREAMLINE Cool Smashers with 25 smashing points. Congrats, Tots.
Thank you.
And Tots, how big of a factor is minimizing error, which is your point of improvement last game? Like what they said in your 3-set sweep today against your sister team.
Sobrang laki kasi especially last game, we had a lot of errors. Even though we had a lot of attacks also, pero dahil nga sa errors namin, nahirapan kami nakunin yung game. So, we really trained yesterday na iwasan yung errors namin and really perform, ayusin yung mga maliliit namin na errors, and then back to basics kami.
Yes, definitely revamping your gameplay is your key today. And also, secondly, how big of a deal is bringing good vibes to your fans and receiving good vibes as well from your fans? So, in exchange, paano?
Siyempre, super big factor yan for us. Especially, ang tagline namin is good vibes. And we really want the viewers to be happy. And yun lang, good vibes lang. And we really want them to entertain and really love the game. And we're happy na they're all here supporting both of the teams. So we really appreciate them. And for supporting the Rebisco teams.
And definitely, the Rebisco fans are really happy with what they saw today. And speaking of the heart of volleyball, who are you dedicating this play to? Pwede nyo muna siyang batiin? Your family, your friends?
Oh, I think I will dedicate this to the team kasi especially we came from a loss. So, the effort of everyone. Actually, I want my teammates to join me here because we really deserve this win and we really worked hard for it. And I'm just really happy I'm with this team and super grateful na andito yung mga bumubuo ng team from our bosses, Sir JCN, Sir Alan, Ma'am Liz Ann, our coaches and my teammates. Yung support system talaga ng Rebisco, solid talaga.
Truly a deserving win. Congratulations again, Tots, and the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers. Let's get back to more intense volleyball action this coming Tuesday.
Thank you very much, Alexis Tinsay with the POG. Tots Carlos, 25 points today. Brings her average to a little over 20 points a game. Let me correct myself. It's around 20.3 after today's game in 4 matches. Outstanding performance by her. What are your thoughts on this bounce back match for the Creamline Cool Smashers who limited their errors? -11 sila as compared to the Signal match last time.
Well, gusto ko simulan by also applauding Choco Mucho, no? Ang ganda rin ng pinakita nila, especially in the first and third set.
Correct.
They kept close, but I think more than anything, Creamline really is the more veteran team. Pag tinignan pa lang natin yung lineup nila, it's full of MVP. So, you know, in big games like this, parang sila talaga yung merong upper hand in terms of composure. And imagine they were also down during the third set, but they managed na maka-abante rin and to seal this game in just 3 sets. And look at them really maximizing on attack, 16-7. And also, yung errors sila mas marami kumpara sa ginawa ng Choco Mucho, 12 errors. But nonetheless, all their efforts were enough to win this game in 3 sets.
Down 6 players, but yeah, fighting Titans is what we should call them, not just the flying Titans, but the fighting Titans. All right, we go back to Volleyball Central in San Juan, the Phil Oil Flying V Center, Phil Oil Eco Oil Center in San Juan on Tuesday, as the Army Black Mamba will try to bounce back against the Cherry Eagle crossovers who have a win here in the conference. And Petrogas still searching for their first win. Will go up against the Signal HD Spikers who have been spotless so far here in the PVL Invitational Conference. And that will do it for us today here at the Mall of Asia Arena in front of over 15,000 people and millions watching on different platforms. But thank you for watching us on Signal Play, One Sports Plus. My name is Boom Gonzalez, Mela Tunay, Alexis Tinsay, and the hard-working crew behind the PVL. We'll see you on Tuesday as we continue our coverage for the heart of volleyball.